Hello, and a very warm welcome, and a bit of driver transfer news, as it's looking very likely Oscar Piastri will drive for Williams in 23. Now, you got to go quite bold when you're an F1 channel. We got the Alex Albon one correct. We called that pretty early actually, that Albon was gonna go to Williams. A lot of people didn't believe it, but we know Nicholas Latifi's out of his depth. If he was a horse, he would have been put down, but yeah, shocking. Smashed up by George Russell, and now smashed up by Alex Albon. It's time for Nicholas Latifi to leave, and it looks like Piastri will drive for Williams in 2023, and Latifi will be out the sport, and no doubt go to Formula E with the other Formula One rejects who couldn't make it at the top level. Yeah, it's a disgrace really that this didn't happen at the start of the season. Piastri should have been on the grid. He's an F2 champion. Also, F3, F2 champion. He should have been on the grid. And for him to be on the sidelines for a year, just messing around with Alpine, is a disgrace really. An F2 champion should always be given an F1 drive. Otherwise, there's no point in Formula 2 if you don't promote the champion. It's always the case, I always say it, the F2 champion should be guaranteed an F1 drive. That's how it should work. Otherwise, F2 is a waste of time. We've seen many champions promoted. For Piastri not to be on the grid was disgraceful. Nicholas Latifi's out of his depth. He's nowhere near good enough. He's a banter driver who decided the 21 World Championship. He scored no points. Alex Albon smashed him all over after being out for a year. Latifi's out of his depth. He should have gone. I mean, I don't get it, mate. Why can't they have put Piastri in for 22, partnering Albon? And Albon's getting a lot of credit as well, but he's beating Latifi, isn't he? So it would be good to see Albon up against a strong teammate. That's not his fault, Alex Albon, but yeah, he's been getting a lot of praise for beating a poor man. So it'd be interesting to see how he fares up against Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri will be carrying the Australian flag as well in Formula One. Latifi's going to be dropped. Piastri will come in 23. Yeah, if I was Williams, I'd be changing it after the summer break though. When you have that gap in the mid-season, 3-4 weeks, I'd be getting Piastri in the car for the end of the season. Latifi, I don't get it. They should have done this at the start of 22. They've pissed around a year, giving Latifi another chance when he's done, he's dusted. He's not very good. He's only on the grid because of Lavazza. Williams, they're not in the financial situation they were a couple of years ago. Alex Albon Piastri is a better lineup than Albon Latifi. And that's a good reference point for Alex Albon also, because he's got a teammate who's going to push him. Williams are an iconic team. They should not be pissing around fighting for last. They're an iconic team. I grew up with this team winning. They've been a shambles recently. I mean, they've not won a drivers in 25 years, so it's unbelievable when you think about it. But this is good news. Oscar Piastri should have been on the grid this year. Yeah, we've gone bold. We reported Kimi would retire, Bottas to Alpha, Albon to Williams. So we go pretty early, and 99% we get them right. The one I got wrong was saying Sebastian Vettel would retire, but that could happen actually at the end of this year. Yeah, Piastri, sensational talent. Should have been on the grid this year. Will be on the grid next year. Williams will have a good pairing. Albon, Piastri. And Piastri will carry the Australian flag because it's looking like Ricciardo's going to retire. Straight away, I'm calling that. I've called it already. Pierre Gasly will end up at McLaren. Ricciardo will be dropped. There's no doubting about it. I think Ricciardo will be out of the sport also. Gasly will go to McLaren. Actually, as I speak, there's something about Gasly saying he's going to leave the Red Bull program now. Perez has been announced. And then, Piastri to Williams. Comment down below your thoughts, would love to know. This is the right decision by Williams. They should have done it the start of 22. They've messed around. Latifi, really bad. Worst driver on the grid. Deserves to be dropped. But 2023, Alex Albon, Oscar Piastri, that's a strong lineup. And hopefully them two can take the team forward. Because Williams should not be at the back. Comment down below your thoughts on Oscar Piastri. He's been criminally mistreated, really.